Yo, what up? What's good? Welcome to Redzone In the Lab podcast. That's RITL, also pronounced Riddle. I am Deuce. That's DEUCE. What's good, man? How y'all feeling, man, on this good Sunday, man? Heard something, man. I put out my first 48 roster prediction. We're going to talk about it. Also, Trey Hendrickson. We'll talk a little bit about that, too. We got similar situations with Trey as they had with Trey Hendrickson and the Bengals. We're going to talk about that at the top. Let's get right to it, man. I didn't make it true, playing by the rules. I come apart, baby, but never cool. I didn't make it true, playing by the rules. I come apart, baby, but never cool. Man, we've been waiting a long time for this, baby. Redzone In the Lab. Commanders. It's time. Let's get it, homie. Yo, what up? All right, so I just put in the chat section the link. I hope it worked. The link to the article that I wrote, my first 48. This is my second article writing for the Bleeding Burgundy.com website. I got the first 48 on there. Please check it out. And yes, I do know it's 53. I do know it's 53. Relax. But the first 48 that I have on there, I'm pretty much like 87% locked that those guys are going to make the team. The other 5, I don't know yet. But go read that real quick. I got it in the comments because we're going to talk about it after we talk about Trey Hendrickson. Secure the bag. What's good, man? How you feeling? What's good, man? Cody. Yes, sir. Smokey. What's good, Smoke? How y'all feeling this good Sunday, man? The season is coming into form, man. The season is coming into form. It's coming into form, man. All the other shows, most of them is started. We got a couple more that's starting this week, next week. We have a new radio show that we're starting. I think that's going to start Thursday, so you're going to hear more about that. It's going to run from 6:30 to 8 every morning right here on YouTube. We're going to have call-in functions. We're going to be on audio, but we are going to run it on YouTube. We're going to run that. That's going to be fun. Can't wait for that. So definitely tap in, man, because that time of year, I know, you're getting up, getting ready for work. You want to listen to some sports. You know what I'm saying? So why not listen to Deuce and some others? You know what I mean? James, what's good, James? How you feeling? Smokey said, I think tomorrow will tell a lot about the last 5. I agree. What's up, Tim? How you feeling, man? James, what's good? The season is getting, hey man, we about, y'all ready? I mean, y'all had months off. Y'all ready to lock back in? Y'all ready to lock back in? It's that time. Y'all got those. Y'all wrote the letters to the missus and the misters and to the kids to let them know that the season is here. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't commit. I can't be 100% father. Like, did y'all do that yet? Isn't that time, man? Yes, sir. Ronnie, what's good, man? How you feeling? How you feeling, Ronnie? Also, like check out the shop too, y'all. Please check out the merch shop. It's at redzoneinthelab.com. You know what I'm saying? That's also in the description. Check it out. Got some cool merch. I do some customized things too. So if you want like this shirt right here, customized. You know what I'm saying? If you want, like reach out to me, hit me up. You want something customized, but check out the store. Um Kyle, what's good, Kyle? How you feeling, man? I bet you're happy Terry's back at camp. I don't know, man. Like that was some news too. Like, all right, so Terry's activated off the pup, right? Right. He ain't practiced, right? Like he activated off the pup Saturday, but he ain't practiced. So I don't know if they find him. I don't know. Maybe he working inside. I don't know, man. I don't know. I wonder if he's going to travel with the team. I mean, I wonder. Well, I'm sure he'll be there, right? At home Monday night, ESPN activated off the pup, big storyline. They see him walking on the sidelines. I'm quite sure the camera gonna zero in on him. Yeah, he gonna be there. I'm sure he's gonna be there. I'm sure he's gonna be there. All right, Trey Hendrickson. All right, so it came out today that the Bengals is allowing Trey Hendrickson to seek a trade, right? Get some offers out there, see what other teams are willing to commit. I really still think he ends up a Bengal, right? Like we've seen this multiple times before. I think because of where they at, like it's something that for us, don't be surprised if it gets there, right? Is that go out there, see what you're worth on the market, right? See what teams is willing to pay you. Because I think like that's what's most important. Not so much of what they can get back, but what the team is willing to pay you to extend you. Right? Is a team out there willing to give you $40 million? And I'm talking about Trey Hendrickson, right? And then if a team is willing to do that, then it gets to the point where okay, well, Bengals, these 4 or 5 teams out here that's willing to make a move for him is willing to pay him X amount of dollars. So are the Bengals willing to match it? Right. And if they're willing to match it, that's to say, hey, look, you went out there, I misvalue you because what we were willing to give you, other teams is willing to give you more. We're gonna get up there and we're gonna give it to you. Right? Extension done. Or they can be like, well, we don't value as much as those other teams, but let them know, right? Let them know if they give us whatever, right? A first and a third, fifth next year, we can get a deal done. Because now the other team is gonna have to be like, okay, I'm going to pay you $40 million, and I'm gonna have to give up a first, a third, and a fifth. Will the other team be willing to do that? Like this is where the Bengals are. This is possibly where we can get. Do I want Hendrickson? I think when you think about like age, I think the age thing with Terry is absolutely legit. When it comes to a wide receiver, that age part is not on his side when you're looking at it in a general sense, right? But I can find 10 players that was successful past 30 years old, that contribute past 30 years old, right? But am I going to find that same receiver that's getting paid like top six money at that time? Because it's not fair to say, well, this player didn't get paid or not getting paid $30 million when 3 years ago, no wide receiver was making $30 million. So whatever top six money was at that time that player signed and was at that age, that's how you compare it. That's how you compare it, right? But when it comes to edge rushers, left tackles, those premium positions, like those guys can play at premium levels into their 30s. Like Laramie Tunsil, for instance. He's an elite left tackle where you can pay him, you can extend him 3 to 4 years. That'll give him like a 6 year deal to take him to like 35, 36 years old, and he can still be an elite left tackle. Not all left tackles can do it, but he is part of that tier that can. Right? You look at Morgan Moses, like we thought he was over when we got rid of him. That was like 5, 6 years ago. Not saying Morgan Moses is elite, but he's well in his 30s and he's still playing at a high level. So that's what this thing is about trying to be sure that you're paying this player for the future and not so much of what they've done. Like I think a part of it is what they've done, but I think more so on the team side is what you're going to give us in the future. Right. So if I'm going to give you X amount of dollars in the future, I'm expecting X amount of dollar production. But the player was like, well, I've given you X amount of production when you wasn't paying me X amount of money in the past. So now you playing catch up. So I want that money. And I want the money from what my projection is telling me I'm going based on my numbers, not my age. It's like, got a trade. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The Texans are trading John Michie the third to the Eagles. Oh my goodness. Oh, golly. Them dudes, man. Oh my goodness, man. Oh, them dudes, bro. Oh my goodness, man. Uh, I wonder. I wonder if we was in on this. I wonder if we was in on this. This is insane, bro. This is insane. This is insane, bro. I'm trying to see what the numbers is. I mean, not the numbers, but I'm trying to see what the compensation was. These Eagles, bro. Bro, like, man, like you gotta like you gotta get it. You gotta get them like you gotta get them props, bro. You gotta get them props, bro. Like Howie is always looking. Howie is always shopping. Howie is always shopping. And like the crazy thing is that like I was he was one of we was discussing this last week about possible wide receivers. He wanted to make a move. Like he came up, right? I mean, I wanted him last year, right? But we got Noah Brown. I mean, how we traded for Jahan Dawson last year too. So Oh my goodness. Well, hey, strap up. Hey, strap up. You know what I'm saying? Santiago, what's up, man? No, Terry definitely ain't playing tomorrow. Dave, what's good, man? How you feeling? 40 mils too much. For who? Terry or Trey Hendricks in Santiago? Yeah, man. What's up, Marcus? How you feeling, man? Yeah, I hope so. You need to get paid right now. Like literally right now. I need breaking news from Terry right now. Like, give me that right now. Right now. Yep, he's back out there. That's what he's kind of talking about. Yeah, I mean, this is true, Tim, but like last week when we was talking about it, would you rather have Terry on his existing deal or Terry on an extension? Because I think either way he plays, like he's gonna have to play. Like he can't, like he has to play at least 9 games. And I don't think Terry is the guy to sit out, right? Man, these Eagles are something else, bro. These dudes something else. Crafty Schultz was good. Yeah, you got to see the conversation first. Got to see the conversation first. But like these dudes don't care, bro. I wonder. We better hope this don't no trickle effect for Terry down in Houston. We better hope this ain't no this ain't no trickle effect. Let me see. Oh my god, because they drafted two wide receivers, right? Didn't the Bengals draft two wide receivers? I think that was Caleb's guy. Guess not. Sold on Dotson. Yeah, CeeLo, this is insane, bro. Like, hey man, sheesh. How we don't be playing, bro? How we don't be playing, man? I don't think Tank Dell gonna be back, right? I mean, they got Jayden Higgins, Nico Collins, Christian Kirk. They got Justin Watson. They drafted Jalen Noel. I mean, John Metchie was kind of far down on the depth chart, though. Let me see if I can find some numbers on John Metchie. Well, they say the 49ers were the other team trying to trade for John Metchie, but the Eagles made a better offer. Yeah, man. So let's see what this offer is. Ooh, ah, definitely the extension. Michi to Philly. Yep. It's a numbers game with the Texans. Collins, Kirk, Higgins, Noel, Hutchinson. Yeah. Yeah, Smokey. Yeah, like, let's ease a little bit. Right. That's why I had to look at their depth charts. Like, I knew they drafted a couple. I knew they had a young guy from last year. They still got Nico. They probably don't have Tank this year, but they got a rocket wide receiver. So I wonder, because like even last year, remind you, John Michie was at the bottom of the roster too. Right. That's why we was thinking maybe we can get John Michie instead of Noah Brown. So they got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson, John Michie, and Johnny Wilson. And Johnny Wilson looked pretty good. So they got a real strong wide receiver room. They got a strong wide receiver room. I ain't gonna cap. I thought something was up when Cliff spoke on the offense last week. Yeah, that was something. Like Cliff came on that joke. Like Cliff said, "Look, listen, man, I need Terry in these business meetings." In my mind, I was like, "Hold up, what you mean in these in these meetings? What are you talking about? You need him in there." Your boy Dan said he's been in meetings. Hold up, hold up. Something ain't matching. Like something not adding up. Right? Last week or week before last, even me, because from what I saw from Sam, I was like, okay, Sam got better than last year. He was coming so far, like, because he really just was not good, right? He looked better at camp to me. When I was there, he looked better, more confident, more poised, blah, blah, blah. Clip came in that tone like, nah, man. Up and down, more downs than up. This week, it was like, look, Terry ain't been in no meetings. He ain't been in no meetings. He ain't been throwing no rock. He ain't been doing it. Like, I mean, he ain't say all that, but they pretty much said, like, I ain't seen the dude. I ain't talking to him. I ain't been talking to him. I ain't seen the dude. So I'm like, Dan probably was like, oh, God. Hey, Terry, look, man. I can't go in his presser. Because mind you, Dan, all training camp, he's been before practice, right? Cliff went off script Friday. Saturday, Dan was like, "Oh nah, man, I'm going after practice." Right? And Terry, I need you. Look, you coming off pup because I can't have them asking me questions while my subordinates getting out of line. Cliff like, man, I'm trying to cook. Cliff might be ready to get back out there, bro. He's like, look, this is my future. I need you out there, Slim. They drafted 2 receivers. Michi was the odd man out. True that. How he keeps you swing for sure. They must like Xavier Hutchinson. Yeah, I do. Why does Philly need Michi? They have Brown and Smith. But they got Johnny Wilson, they got Jahan, so they have a strong 5, right? They got a strong 5. Can't get mad at it. What year is he in? He was drafted in 22 or 23. Let me catch up with some of these. Probably a future 3rd-day pick, 3-day pick. Has 2 more years on the contract. Yeah. And what's Jahan? Jahan was 22, right? So this is Jahan final year, right? Because Jahan was 22. And I know they ain't picked up, and I know they ain't doing his 5th year. Think from Cliff perspective, he turned down head coaching jobs for this thing. Whatever he's been trying out there, ain't it? He got to be one of. Yeah, I know he is. That's a good point. Like he got to be frustrated. I mean, he wanted the offensive lineman though, so like you got your lineman. You know what I'm saying? He the one writing sticky notes with Josh Connolly. All right, man. Like, did y'all get a chance to read that link? If you didn't, hold on a second. Yeah, man. So, all right. So if you're not, I am now a writer, right? I guess what they call a writer, a contributor, or whatever to bleedingburgundy.com. I wrote my second article. The first one was Watch 7, where I give my 7 things to watch for the games. I'm going to drop another one of those tomorrow. And so my first 48. All right, let's talk about it. Let's see how we gonna do this. Let's see how we gonna do this. All right, let's see if this works. So righty, we trade Jahan again. I guess because he ain't fit the commander. Like I really think he's the one that snitched on EB, bro. And he probably was complaining, man. Like I don't know, man. Obviously he wasn't. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, this is some interesting news. Uh, yeah, it has to be like CeeLo said, a day 3 pick. Um, Let me get this on here for y'all. All right, y'all. So I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me know. Can y'all see this okay? Yeah, I agree, Santiago. Let me know. Can y'all see this okay? And I ain't even finished with the Trey Hendrickson thing. Well, oh well. I mean I don't think we're gonna I don't think we're gonna have. Would I love to have him? Yeah, sure. But I don't think we're gonna have. All right, my first 48. I understand it's a 53-man roster, but these first 48 players that I have, I'm like 87% confident that they're going to make the team. The other five, we can go types of ways, all types of ways to some players that's already on the roster, like a fourth running back, a fourth tight end, a 10th lineman. Because I added the players that's also injured that might start on punt, right? I added them in this because the original 53 have to include them. And then you move them and then you can add people on. So I kept them on here. They can sign other players that's getting cut. But all of that will happen. Um, and I think like a lot of that can happen prior to the original 53 too. That's why if you see, all right, here we go. Per a league source, the Texans are swapping day 3 picks with the Eagles and receiving tight end Harrison Bryant. And remember people was like, oh, they got Harrison Bryant. Remember that? Y'all remember that? He was like, oh, they got Harrison Bryant, tight end. Oh boy. Remember when it comes to the Eagles, man, winning, remember this, y'all. Winning covers, losing uncovers. If you're winning, no one really cares about mistakes. It's when you losing, people starts bringing up and magnifying your mistakes. Because I've said that a lot about the Eagles and how there are a lot of mistakes they made over the last 3 years, but who cares? They're going to and winning Super Bowls. All right, here we go. First 48. All right, here are my quarterbacks, right? I have This might be even better. All right, here are my quarterbacks. Hill, like, what's good? We winning. Luke Craig still trying. Y'all gonna leave Luke alone, man. All right, here we go. Jayden Daniels, the future and the face of the franchise, right? Obviously. Mariota, solid veteran presence and scheme fit. Josh Johnson, Sam Harden just couldn't beat him out. I really believe there was a competition there, but when we saw that first game, we were like, oh no, Sam is not ready yet. He is not ready. But we really need to look at locking up that QB2 spot behind Jayden for years to come. I don't think it's going to be Mariota, but Mariota is someone that could give you a couple years for sure. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start looking elsewhere for a QB2 of the future come next offseason. I definitely think we carried three quarterbacks on the original 53, Marcus Mariota, and his injury thing. Like last training camp, he was injured. I think he started a year on pup. And we had the other guy, we were just talking about him too, was played pretty well. So was able to play. So I definitely think we keep three quarterbacks. I think Sam Hartman goes to the practice squad. He's just not ready. And as long as his PR team keep putting him in the vicinity of Jayden Daniels, he's always going to have a practice squad spot, right? Like he has elite PR team. That kid Sam Hartman, so he'll always be around. Running backs, I got three. Remember, this is 48 players. I have three right now because I'm not sure. I think they will go with four, but I'm just not sure. And if they do, the competition is C-Rod, McNichols, but I think McNichols has definitely the spot over C-Rod. Remember, they cut C-Rod like 8 times last year. I'm surprised he wanted to come back. Obviously, no other team wants him, right? You're not confident that Mariota can't. Oh yeah. I think he's going to get healthy for sure because he's not going to have to, like he did last year. Once he gets healthy, he's good to go. Like if we had a game today and he had to play in the regular season, I think he would play. Right? They just taking precautions. So I got Brian Robinson. The question is, will Brian Robinson have a new role? Power, maybe, I guess, all question marks. And the way I did this and how I'm going to do them is trying to add just little context of why I believe this player is here or why they shouldn't be here or whatever. It was kind of fun to do. But B Rob, Cliff spoke, kind of highly of him, but that don't mean nothing. It's the NFL, bro. You can speak highly. Coaches can speak highly of a player for a few reasons. One of them is so other people can notice how great they are while they're trying to get rid of them. And the other way of just because they are great and they want to keep them on this team. So don't put too much into like why a player is here or why a player. I mean, when a coach praises a player, right? Always be careful of that, especially in the off season. But I think Brian Robinson is here. But the question is snap counts. The question is how they use him. Are they going to use him as a RB1? Because I think he's very underrated in the passing game. So he can be out there and you're not one dimensional when he's out there. The same with Austin Eckler and with JCM, right? But I think he's a better pass catcher. So but I do think they do one thing better than the other. But the question is how how involved is he going to be in the offense? And is it going to depend on situations, right? Like, are we going to be in more 12, 13 personnel when he's in the game, right? Fourth quarter, if we're up by a couple scores, can he be the guy that closes us out, right? When you need a burst or something like that, do you then bring JCM or do you start with JCM? And you do short yardage stuff with B-Rob. So there's a whole lot of questions that I have. And which is a good thing for JCM, especially being a 7th round pick, because we understand he had the issue in college about his eligibility, which it wasn't his fault, right? his freshman year, he was red shirted, but I guess like a jersey number or something went to another player, and they gave JCM that credit which he didn't even play. So that's why he only played one game, the first game last year, and he played the Senior Bowl in this past week. So that's 3 games in the past year. You know what I mean? So, and he was coming into last year, he was projected to be a midday pick, right? So, but they got him in the seventh, and they spent a lot of time with JCM in the offseason, the pre-draft process. They spoke to him a few times in person, online, so I really do think that it's going to be something to see. But I want to like tomorrow's going to tell us a lot how the first quarter of the year going to go. Right, with Jayden out there, it's going to be more B Rob. Is JCM going to get some curries? In the few series that Jayden's going to be out there, that's going to be something to see. That's going to be something to see. Clint, what's good, man? How you feeling? All right, tight ends. And look, if y'all got any issues with it, y'all want to add something, go ahead and drop it in a comment. I'll pull it up. And I'm gonna go through some of the comments that I did get on X. I got Zach Ertz, John Bates, Senate. So in the playoffs, we carried 4. We carried these 3 and Yankoff. Right? It's been some reports that Yankoff is battling Senate, but I don't think so. I think it's as far as receiving tight ends, even when you look at the depth chart, it has tight end one. It has 2 spots for tight end. One of it is Zach Ertz, Ben Senate, and the next one is John Bates, Yankoff, because I think those are 2 different positions. Those are receiving. Those are receiving tight end, and there is blocking tight end. So the receiving tight ends is Zach Ertz, Ben Senate. The blocking tight ends is John Bates and Colston Yankoff. But I wonder if they decide to carry forward, like Herman says no. Like, what's up, Herman? How you feeling, man? I do appreciate you too, man. And anybody else, kind of remind me, if you want to be part of the community, please do. Listen, we cannot do all 22 anymore on YouTube. YouTube does not allow it. So in order, if you all want to take part in that, you have to be part of the community. We're going to do it webinar based, where you're going to get a link to be able to view it. And also, everyone can join in on the all 22, but I'm going to start doing the all 22. It's going to be link based. I am so sorry, but YouTube just does not allow that content anymore. Because I don't know a lot of you, the last time we did it, if you all were on here, it blanked off, and everybody was like hitting me on X, like, dude, it blanked off, it cut off. I was like, cut off. That's the reason why. So please, and that happened. Let me see. Kyle was asking. Herman say off ball tight end. That happened to me like a couple months ago. A month ago, I think it did that on YouTube. So I don't take any chances with it. And I know this other guy that helps me behind the scenes on his channel, like, he doesn't take any chances with it either. And even if you read up on it, you got to be extremely careful, because like the NFL can let you do it a few times. Because I mean, it's millions of people that probably do it, right? So I don't think it's going to be like, oh, this person, but they can circle back and choose 3 times you did it, and then 3 strikes you out on YouTube. So I ain't trying to take that chance. Yeah, I did also last week, and then I hear you say this. Yeah, man. So like, it's a thing, right? Like, I don't know, man. Just be careful, man. But yeah, so yeah, so that's how I kind of. So yeah, so you want to be part of the membership community? It's $2.99 a month. And for the all 22, you get merchandise percentage off. We do lots of giveaways. You're always first up with the giveaways and all that. So you kind of get your money's worth. Yeah, so that's why I see the tight ends, right? I see those 2 different types of tight ends. I just don't think they carry 2 blocking tight ends. They did in the playoffs, but I think Cal wants to open the offense up more. So I'll be very surprised if they carry four tight ends. To be honest, and another thing we think about when we think about the roster is it may be down to a couple players, but like who can make the practice squad, right? Who can get through the waiver wire, right? And keep in mind if we release a player, the team that tries to sign him during that time period, they have to add them to their 53-man roster. They have to give him a spot. They have to pay him a contract. So when we think about this, you got two players. It's like, will this player make somebody 53, or will I be able to circle back and sign this person to our practice squad? Um, Wide receivers. All right. I have six. It could possibly go seven. Remember, I still got five out there, right? Terry McLaurin, get it done, Adam. Right? Debo Samuel, weapon. Noah Brown, bring size, comfortability with the quarterback. Uh, Cliff said something, not this last time, but last week, a week before last, when he was at the podium about them finding someone to be able to step in if Terry and Noah Brown is not available. He specifically said them two. So that got me to thinking that Noah Brown is a lock on this team, right? I think he's a lock. I think you got Terry, Debo, Noah, Jalen Lane. After those four, to me, it's all right. Like I won't be surprised either way. If Luke here or Luke gone, right? I even got here Luke McCaffrey godson, right? But like if he's here, if he's like, it wouldn't surprise me either way. But I really do believe that they bring in an X player, right? I really do believe they bring in an X player. There's some players out there. A lot of people don't like Gabe Davis, Mari Cooper. You know, he played with Josh Allen last year. Wasn't really able to get to link up with them in his swings to kind of build chemistry. And I kind of look at him the same way I look at KJ Osborne. Like I really like KJ Osborne. KJ Osborne, outside of those receivers that I named, like he has a great resume. Like go look at his numbers. He's played with Justin Jefferson, right? He's played with Adam Thielen, right? He's played with I forgot the other kid name that suspended the first four games. Well, I can't think of his name for the Vikings. The young kid, Addison, right? He's played with those guys, and he's put up some good numbers to be a third wide receiver and step up to be a number two. So go check that. So I really believe it. Then you got Gallup. Okay, so this is the thing with Michael Gallup, right? When we first got, like, no way he makes this team, right? No way he makes this team. What's up, security back? The wide receiver they signed. Oh, from the Dolphins. What's his name? Ratcher. What is his name, man? What's his name? Yeah, I forgot what his name was. But he's been in the league a long time too. Like I think he was on the 49ers when Adam was there, I think. I think he's played on like 7 teams or whatever. Yeah, Rivercraft. Yeah. Yeah. Not Rivercraft, but yeah, Rivercraft. Yeah, I'll call him Rivercraft. Yep, he's doing what's best in the team. Yep, thanks, guys. Rivercraft. Yep, yep. And he's 30. Look, another 30-year-old Cal. Makes us even older. Um, but like I think KJ Osborne, like Michael Gallup, watching him in practice at training camp the few days I went and watching him in the game. Let me know if y'all see this. At the top of his route, it seems like he's fighting with his route. It seemed like it's hard for him to get into his break at the top of the route. Because like even in practice, they got him running a ton of go routes. Right. I think he ran a ton of go routes in the game last week. Oh, week before last, whenever, yeah. Um I don't know. It's like it's like, do y'all see him? Like it seems like he's fighting with his routes at the top of him. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. They like him old, but they gotta be cheap. We're shopping at Goodwill. Yeah, and all the stuff at Goodwill is old, right? It might look good, but it's still old. It's look, listen, like Goodwill, Salvation Army, the stuff, if it might look good, but trust me, they ain't just died last week and all of a sudden bringing it to Salvation Army and Goodwill. Right? They bought it like 6 years ago and they never worn it and they don't like it anymore. And then they bringing it. Right. So like don't get confused when you see a tag and stuff like as if it was brand new. Like it don't work like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? They don't like say, oh, that's so like I hear a lot of people liking Gallup, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's going. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. We got to see, but I'm not like at first when we first started, I was like no. But then I saw him like yeah, maybe so because listen, like this wide receiver room is not it after those four guys, nothing should surprise any of us. It don't, Cal. It don't work like that. It shouldn't. Like I know the kid Corey Brooks is coming up. But again, Chris Moore, right? Like he was a hat person at the beginning of the training camp. He cooled off, right? What's the other kid they just cut? Right? Like he had a few good days at camp and like they cut him. So like, I don't know, man. You thought he looks better than what I'm saying, or you thought that he would have looked better? Which one, Herman? So I think it's a lot to be desired in a wide receiver. That's why I wouldn't be surprised if they bring a cut candidate in and add him to this roster with or without Terry. So one thing I do know is we need to solidify this wide receiver room. All right, here go the full trade compensation. The Texans get tight end Harrison Bryant and a 2026 fifth round pick, originally their own. And the Eagles get wide receiver John Mitchell and a 2026 sixth round pick, originally their own. So they just going back to the chop. So there you go. All right, offensive line. What's up, Tim? Deuce wants to throw away money to a 30-year wild. I mean, do they need to pay Samuel? Like, we don't even know what Samuel's going to give us. But again, Tim, when you do pay him, guess what? He's going to be 30. He turns 30 in January, Tim. Deebo Samuel turns 30 in January, Tim. You gonna pay him next year? I don't know, man. And like Tunsil and Turry doesn't matter, right? Like they have the captive numbers to do it. You can do it. Like, yeah, that's his name, Michael Strachan. Yeah, he got cut, right? You don't think Chris Paul makes the team? I know he's been having a lot of good rep. We got to see tonight, man. We got to see tonight. But again, remember, Key, like I still have 5 players. Like I still could either add a tight end, add a running back, add a wide receiver, add an offensive lineman. So it's still a lot. Like that's why I got those 5 spots left. Chris Paul can't like I did consider him, right? I like him more than Good Jones and those other guys. I definitely like him more. McKay, I think he might. It seems like he's getting back into it. They paid a lot of money for him as an undrafted free agent. He might still make the team because I think they like him a lot. So I don't know, but maybe so. Maybe so. Yeah, Cal, like they come on Debo. Like Debo gonna be 32. They might not pay Samuel. If Debo catches 13 touchdowns next year, we'll be watching. Yep, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. So I try to put it where I think they're gonna play. I mean the tackles, Lermy Tunsil, Andrew Wiley. It seems like depending on what Josh Connolly do today, right? Because I think he's gonna play left tackle. Because yesterday they said he was at left tackle and Wiley was at right tackle. Now, imagine, remember, they was having Wiley at left tackle when Tunsil was out through training camp. But this past week, they was like, nah, no, sir. It ain't looking right. Now they putting Connolly over there at left tackle and Andrew Wiley at right tackle. So let's go see what type of bump they get. But I wonder if Connolly can do enough to push Andrew Wiley for that right tackle position. to start the year off. And can Andrew Wiley do enough to be a swing tackle? I don't know. Can he be a swing tackle? I don't know, y'all. That's something we gonna. But I think it's those three, the top guys. Guard Brandon Coleman, Sam Cosby, Nick Allegretti. I think Coleman needs to play, man. He's not playing tomorrow, but he needs some work. If he can go, he's definitely playing against the Ravens. I don't care who's out there. I don't care what quarterback is out there. He need to get some bump because this is what happened last year, right? And you're not gonna be out there splitting reps this year. You know what I'm saying? So there's something we need to watch with Brandon Coleman. But again, this roster prediction it includes players that is also injured. Like Sam Cosby being activated week 1 would be a miracle, right? Medicine is medicine has come a long way, but we know how Dan Quinn is. I absolutely think if he's not 100%, then he probably starts the year on pup, and then you got another roster spot that's going to open up. Bloomquist, this might be your first time comment. I appreciate you. If you're not subscribed, please do, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, we can't sign out number 1. It's time, like Cliff said, man. Look, man, like it's time for us to work. Like it's time to get all our people in here, man. The center position, Tyler Biotis, Michael Dieter. A lot of people don't like Michael Dieter, but I think he played well to be a backup center last year. And I think the difference between like Tyler Biotis is a top 10 center. Michael Dieter is not like a top 30 center, right? So we got to understand that the level of play is going to drop from a top 10 guy to a top 50 guy or whatever the case may be. So we have to expect that. That's why he's not starting. But I think he held his own for his own responsibilities. But yes, like the offense just wasn't flowing as well because you ain't had your guy in there, right? To call out coverages and to be able to have a chemistry with your starting quarterback. So anytime your starting center is not out there, it's not going to look as smooth as you would want it to look. But I think he did enough. I think he did enough to earn a spot on his team to be a backup, and he could play the guard position too, right? So I think that gives him flex. Now Trent Scott, I love Trent Scott. Not only did he catch the first touchdown of our great quarterback, right, which is insane. So like that, like let me see. So that will go down in history. Like when we look back 10 years from now, Jayden be this superstar that we think he's going to be. The very first touchdown when he talks at the Hall of Fame is going to include Trent Scott. Right? Going to include Trent Scott. Right? So, but him getting the nod when Cosby went down in the playoffs to play guard, I think means a lot. And him being able to play guard and both tackle positions means a whole lot, right? I know we hate that word position flex because of the other old guy that was here, the old regime. But we got to kind of get back to it a little bit, and I think that matters along the offensive line when you're talking about depth. That can take you from 10 players to 9 players. When you got one player that can play 3 positions, so then that opens a spot up for another spot, right? So Trent Scott, I think, is that guy that's going to give us that, right? Appreciate that. And anybody else, please like. And if you're just watching, comment. Those of you that's on Facebook and X, I appreciate y'all being over there for sure. But if you can hop on YouTube, it'll absolutely help me out. It will help me out more, and you can come chop it up over there with us over here on YouTube. So please hit that like button, spam it. Santiago would rather see Dieter at guard. Yeah, I get it, but we need a backup center too, right? Biotis is he was hurt last year. He also, I think he was hurt a little bit this training camp. So you need an established center behind him, and I think Dieter is the one that's going to. I think he's that one, right? All right, defensive line. Got Dietrich Wise, Dorrance Armstrong, Javante Jean-Baptiste, I think are your defensive ends. I think those are your defensive ends. I think they see a lot of potential in Baptiste. Like he needs to hit, bro. Like he needs to hit. You saw a couple flashes of what he can do last year. Really need him to ball out. Like we need him to be a heavy contributor. Because he is playing, right? Hold on a second. Let me see something. Let me know. Baptiste, he wasn't part of the guys that wasn't playing, right? Because I don't think he played the last preseason game. But Deron Payne, Javon Kinlaw, Johnny Newton, I think. Look, so Payne and Newton, I think, are your three techs, right? Three tech is the guy, the defensive tackle that lines up in between the guard and the tackle. Those are your three techs. I think those two are the definite three techs. Then you have Kinlaw, which I think he can play from the 3 to the 0, right? I think he can play from the 3 to the 0. And Eddie Goldman is like a 0 tech, a 0 or 1 tech, a big body guy. But like I think we can add one more, right? Like I like Carlton Davis. I really like Sheldon Day. I really like those two guys. I really want to put these two guys on the team because they played pretty good for us at this end of the year and into the playoffs last year. They played really good for us. But the thing is Eddie Goldman, because Sheldon Day, he's a 0-1 tech. You know, depending on how often are we going to run that a defense that's going to need a 0-1 tech. I think we're going to do it a lot, but we have Kinlaw and Eddie Goldman. Is it enough to bring in Sheldon Day? Or do they think Sheldon Day can also play the 3 tech? I don't know. We got to see. Yeah, Key, he's another one, right? And I think he fits over here. I think he fits with the linebackers, Key. Because we Frankie Louvu is like an edge rusher, but they got him an outside linebacker type thing. Jacob Martin fits over there with Von Miller. But I also think we're gonna see a lot of Frankie Louvu too, like we did last year as an edge rusher coming off those edges. I think he'll be up and down the line of scrimmage, but I think he'll be out there a lot. So is there room for Jacob Martin if you're going to see a lot? Because mind you, Frankie Louvu has been spending a lot of time with Ryan Kerrigan this offseason, a lot of time, right? There was like a month period into training camp where individuals, he would be over there with the edge rushers doing individual drills. And we saw clips of him numerous times after practice with Ryan Kerrigan. Now Von Miller is there, so he's probably out there with both of them. So that's why I'm just not sure about Jacob Martin. But again, depending on what he do, he could be one of those 5. Of course, Bobby Wagner, Kane Madrano, Joel McGee. Now, Kane Madrano, I think is taking a step. I think, Kyle, if you're still here, you can speak to that. What we are, because remember, I always say, you can't watch tape and the game at the same time. It's impossible. You can't watch tape and the game at the same time. So when everyone doubled back on Kane Madrano, he actually had a good game, right? Of course, it could have been better. Of course, he didn't look good at times, but he had an okay game. I'll say okay game. We know that other guy was horrible. That's why they cut him, right? Like, right. So, and Joel McGee, man, like he's not playing again tomorrow. I just don't know, man. It seems like he has a lot of high upside. A lot of those guys, they like him in the building, the players, Bobby. But you got to get on the field, man. Like we need a linebackers. We need a couple of them for the future. And right now, I think Kane is in front of him, and Kane is going to play tomorrow, right? And he's probably going to start. Him and Louvu is going to play together. It's going to be a lot of speed. There's going to be a lot of speed with him and Louvu. So I'm interested to see what that looks like with them two, because Joel McGee ain't playing again. So, like, yeah, Jordan is a problem, man. You know what I'm saying? So we got to see, but I think he makes this team because I think they really like him, see his upside, and like we can't cut him too after they just cut the kid last week. All right, cornerbacks, bro. We have flipped from the worst in the league to one of the best. Right? Like, bro, we had Davis, Forbes, and St. Juice. Oh, it's totally different, bro. Totally different. I got Marshawn, Trey, Mikey, Noah, Jonathan Jones. Noah been balling out, bro. In training camp, in preseason games, he's been balling out. And he's been playing boundary too. He's been playing boundary and the slot. Mikey has been in the slot, but we know he played boundary last year. You got Marshawn, you got Trey. Man, we get 85, 86% of what we once known of Lattimore. Man, we cooking for real. I think, Brian, I'm glad both of them guys is playing tomorrow. I know they licking their chops. You got T. Higgins, you got Jamar Chase. Yeah, let's go out there, strap them up. Let's see what you got. Let's see if you're ready. Let's see if you're ready. Right, he's one of the best. He's the best wide receiver duos in the league. Arguably the best player in the league. Arguably they got two number one wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? Two top 15 guys. So like, it's gonna be a good test for them. I can't wait. Can't wait to see it. I don't know about Jonathan Jones. I think he makes the team because they like him, but he spent a lot of time with his horses, bro. He spent a lot of time with his horses, man. You know what I'm saying? So I absolutely think this might be his last year, man. But he spent a lot of time with his horses. What else we got? Safeties. Will Harris, Quan Martin, Percy Butler. They really like Percy Butler. He got the extension. I think Quan Martin gets better. Y'all know how I feel about Quan Martin. I just think his highest ceiling is around the line of scrimmage, but we just don't have nobody that can play deep consistently, right? But I do think he's going to be a good player, great player, because he's getting better every year, and I think he's going to take another step, especially having Will Harris there on the field with him. I think it's going to make him even better. So that's there. I think some people still got questions about the safety room, which is fair because they don't see the future of the safety room with just Quan Martin there. So that's something we're gonna really have to look at. So I added special teams, and Jeremy Reeves is a good one because he's having a great camp too, great preseason. I mean, they are really talking him up, and they even say he got that third safety spot, right? And I might need to adjust that. I want to see what he looks like tomorrow if he comes out, because Dan said he's earned playing time at that third safety spot. So is Will Harris playing tomorrow? I should have that up. My bad. I don't have it up. But Percy, I mean, Jeremy might be out there early. I mean, early. Like first series early to see what he looks like out there with Quan Martin. So I definitely need to move, even though he is a special teams ace. We might see what he look like out there. Because he got an extension too, right? Because you got Trustway and Matt Gay, boy, oh boy. Y'all see that? Boy, oh boy. Let's see, he was 4 for 5 on Saturday. Listen, I don't care. Y'all might get mad at me. I don't care. Anytime we cross the 50, I'm kicking a field goal. Listen, especially in the Ravens game. Anytime we cross the 50, I'm kicking a field goal. I need this dude to get reps, man, because I still can't watch field goals. I haven't watched a live field goal in 3 years. Oh, I watched a couple last year. What was the kid name? The first kid that got hurt. Because he was pretty. Then he got erratic, right? Then he got hurt. So I don't know, man. Then you got Tyler Owens. That's why he's here. I think he makes the team. He's also a safety with Reeves, also a safety. I think they really like Tyler Owens. They see upside, but he's struggling. Right? He's struggling a little bit. So he's going to have a big game. Yeah, Siebert. Yeah, that's who it is, Siebert. He's going to have a good game, man. But I think he makes his team. He played a lot last year on special, so he is a special teams guy. And I also don't have Nick Ballore in here. If y'all don't know, Nick Ballore is also a special team guy, but he's like 44 years old, bro. Like, I don't know. So yeah, so that's it. So please, if you like, yeah, I know I just went through it, but if you can, like, it's a link at the top of the comments. Go check that out for me. Um, get a click on there. Let me know what you think about it. I don't know. I guess it's just a subscription to it. I don't know, but I got another one coming out tomorrow. My watch seven things to look for in the game. Having that coming out tomorrow at some point, or tonight or tomorrow. And also we're gonna have content guy from the Bengals joining us at 3 o'clock. Also gonna pregame. We'll do our pregame at 3 o'clock tomorrow. And listen, for my first time, I'm having a watch pod. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what the setup is going to be. I know I'm going to be standing and sitting. I'm going to have a watch party. I don't think I can do our games during the season, but I think I can do our games in the preseason. We'll see, man. Like, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try the watch party. So, what do you say? Peace Crap, Long Snapper, and Nick with a little 49 and 50. So, like, I'm going to try the watch party thing tomorrow. So, be there. Support your boy. To watch party tomorrow. All right, so let's look at some of the comments. Let's look at some of the comments, y'all. All right, here's some of the comments. Appreciate all y'all that tapped in with the comments. Ash Burning says X wide receiver, Gallup or Ja'Cory Brooks. I think I kind of talked about this. I don't think it's Gallup. It can be Ja'Cory Brooks. I wouldn't be surprised they're trying to find a gem. He had a good game last week. If he can get some snaps with JD5 tomorrow, you can lock him in. Like if he gets snaps with JD5 tomorrow, you can pretty much lock him in because I think he will, right? I don't think Noah Brown is playing. So we know Terry is not playing. So he has an opportunity. So I think he'll get some snaps. And if Jayden can hit him or give him some targets tomorrow, he's definitely making his team. My man Mitch, he says, I know who won't be on that list, Kaz Allen. Bro, Kaz Allen been here for like 3 years. They had him a wide receiver. They moved him a running back last year, but he's much bigger. Like I seen him in person. He's much bigger than what he was. So he took it serious, right? But I just think he's too far in the depth chart. And if he doesn't pop like Brandon Banks on specials, like he's not going to make the team. Will he be back as a practice squad guy? Yeah, probably so. He loves it here. Here's Smokey. He talked about this. Should be on the safeties list, not just special teams, according to Whit. He has risen up the depth chart. Also, X wide receiver in this article is Brooks, in his opinion. Again, another Ja'Cory Brooks. I think a lot of us is fan of his. So if he gets reps with Jayden, I absolutely think he makes the team. If he gets those reps with him, get a target or two. No, even if he gets reps with Jayden tomorrow, especially early, right? I'm automatic. I'm adding him as one of the 5 for sure. Great. 48. Now let's find out the remaining 5. What's up, Greg? How you feeling, man? Debo won't be here next year. He might not. I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised either way, though, Greg. I wouldn't be surprised either way. Player X named as the last wide receiver. What are some names you think they will realistically look at bringing in? Like I said, Gabe Davis, Mari Cooper. You got OBJ out there, but I think they're going to rock with OBJ. And some cut candidate guys. Like we got to go look at some teams that's getting rid of. Like I thought Michi would be one of the guys that they would release. I think he was a cut candidate. You got Jalen Pope in New England. Like the guy they drafted last year, Baker. So you got some teams do kind of got a little deep wide receiver room. That their 4, 5, 6 guys might be better than our 4, 5, 6 guys. So. That's why I think it might be some guy we ain't even thinking about, right? So I absolutely think that'll be the case. Yeah, go get Hendrickson. Yeah, that'll show it up. What's up, Dante? How many 100-yard games for B Rock? Ooh, that's a good question. But see, okay, so ask me that after the 53 is set. Ask me the week of before the first game, if you remember, Dante. Ask me that. I don't know if you're on Twitter or whatever. DM me or ask or come back and ask me that. And I'll have a better answer for you at that point to see who's on the roster, where is he at. Like if he's still RB1 or whatever, then like JCM ain't all of a sudden come and take that. Because we've seen it here before. Like we saw Alpha Morris, right? A late guy end up being RB1. So it kind of depends. Tim says 3 games. Um, Herman Sabat, Debo stays. Ring time don't pay as well. Ring time don't pay as well. Trail again. He said player X, Jacoy Brooks, stamp it. Um, Rocha says wouldn't say Goldman or Dieter are locks. Even current 3 quarterbacks are in the lock. I definitely like. I can see that. But then he says Ballore is a lock. Like I don't think Ballore is a lock. Right? Like I don't think Ballore is a lock. Um, but I absolutely think Dieter is a lot. Goldman, all right, like, but they need a zero tech. I mean, you got Sheldon Day, they really like him. You got Carson Davis, so they could be there, but they had them, but they still brought in Eddie Goldman. Right? The guy that missed, I think he took off a few years for COVID, came back last year. But they need a zero tech and a one tech. They need somebody to hold up at that line, at that point of attack in the middle. Of course, they got Kinlaw, but they like rotating in and out. So I definitely, if it's not Goldman, it's Sheldon Day for me. But we just got to see. Also, when the last time we had a premier? I don't know, man. I guess Ryan Kerrigan. I mean, if you want to say Montez Sweat and Chase Young, I mean, those guys are great run defenders, but like pass rushers, elite pass rushers, Kerrigan probably the closest one, bro. Guys got to remember, just because guys blowing up in camp doesn't mean that's true. Right, like them 1, 2, 3 clips that we see of a player doing something, don't that could be the only play they made all day. To Greg's point, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't think Below is a lot. Right, he's 40, 48 and a half. So, but he's still good at what he does. But he was out there, like, and this is the thing about special teams. Don't be surprised, right? These guys might have been good at special teams. Bro, our special teams was horrible last weekend. All of those guys was out there. Jeremy Reeves, Tyler Owens, Nick Ballore, Percy Butler, all those guys was out there. All of them. Like, you could pretty much say that was our, like, starting special teams units. And they got cooked. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But that's it, man. Like that's the roster right there. That's what we got, man. That's what we got. So I don't know what y'all think. So remember tomorrow, 3 o'clock. I'm gonna post that. We got the pregame show with content guy from the Bengals at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. We're gonna do a little pregame. And then the first watch party, I'm gonna post that too, just so you can have the links. Please set your notifications. Set your notifications. Hit those bells so whenever we go live, it'll pop up for you. You can check it out. We got a lot of stuff this week. Also, Riddle Radio, RITL, Redzone In the Lab, Riddle, also RITL, also pronounced Riddle. Riddle Radio is coming, y'all. Thursday. It's going to be on YouTube, but it's going to be all audio, 6 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. to 8 o'clock, right? It's going to be all audio. Also going to try working on having a call-in function also for you to call in. But from 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m., Riddle Radio. We're going to run that on Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday mornings starting Thursday. So definitely jump in and chop it up. We're just going to be talking about whatever the latest news and all that other stuff is. Trying to have a call-in option for y'all to call in to connect. So we're definitely gonna be working on that. Do we get Sanders? I don't think he's gonna get cut, man. They supposed to have. I saw something about them. Stefanski supposed to name his starting quarterback soon, so we're gonna see what that looks like. I know Dylan Gabriel absolutely took a shot at Shooter yesterday. Called him an entertainer. So we gotta see, man. Come on, Greg, get up with me. Get up with me. Get up with me, man. It's some people out there that be getting ready for work. Just turn it on. You ain't even got to look at it or nothing. It's gonna be all audio, so you ain't gonna miss nothing. You can just listen. Put it in your ear or play it out throughout the house. Wake the kids up. Listening to my voice. I guess. I don't know. It's radio, right? Little radio thing. You never know if an opportunity like this come on in the future. I can be able to say, ask Greg how I do on the radio. Like ask Greg. Greg, no. Greg be in there with me at 6:30 in the morning. But yeah, man, that is about it. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all time. We still waiting on Terry, man. Like we still waiting on Terry. I don't know when. Hopefully it's very soon. Hopefully it's very soon we hear something. Got a trade today with the Eagles and the Texans. So usually when there's one, there's two. When there's two, there's three. We got the trade with them. We got the Trey Hendrickson was allowed to go find a trade partner. So I don't know. We might hear something again. If you want to join the community, the get membership to the communities, $2.99 a month. YouTube does not allow us to do the all 22 using the NFL content, NFL Pro content anymore. It shut us down like a week or so ago. So I think they cracking down on that. So we got to find another way to do it, which we're going to do through webinar series where we get a link and we'll be able to do it. It's going to look exactly like this. It's going to look the same way, but it just won't be airing on YouTube. So I will drop a link inside of the community. So, man, please, man, if you want to be a part of that, it's $2.99 a month. You also get check out the store. Get 15% off store merch. Check the store out. redzoneinthelab.com. redzoneinthelab.com. We also do custom stuff like this shirt. We do custom stuff. Also, check it out, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. Oh yeah, the Eagles definitely trying to run it back, Santiago. Like real talk. And y'all know we do a lot of giveaways and stuff like that. So those people that's in the community will be have first dibs on that. We got a ton of stuff to give away. This upcoming year. We can't wait to do that. Y'all know how we do it, man. Appreciate y'all. Yes, sir. We in the building. Appreciate you for stopping through. But that's it, man. Listen, I appreciate your time. I know your time is very valuable for you to spend it with me. I absolutely appreciate it. Remember, my man, South was good. Hey, Fandom has no challenges coming back in a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks, man. The South Trail Smoky Fridays, 5 o'clock. Fandom has no challenges. Look out for that. I don't know, man. I doubt it. I don't think I will, Clint. I don't think I will. Well, who knows, man? If you want to go, I guess we just gotta honor it, right? Appreciate your time. I know your time is very valuable for you to spend it with me. Absolutely appreciate it. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart, one love. I didn't make it true, playing by the rules. I come apart, baby, but never cool. I didn't make it true, playing by the rules. I come apart, baby, but never cool. Man, we've been waiting a long time for this, baby. Redzone In the Lab. Hold up real quick. Hold up. I'm so sorry. So, like, I forgot, this is South's sister, right? I just remember when she mentioned the second team. It's a story about South having, like, a second team when we were bad. He was only rooting for teams that were good. South is like a 16 teamer. He's a 16 teamer, right? And the source is close to him. I met her in person. I believe everything. I believe her more than I believe South. I believe her more than I believe South. South is a 16 teamer. His sister put him on blast. Y'all remember that when Fandom Has No Intelligence comes back. Don't forget, South is a 16 teamer. We trust his sister. We don't trust you, South. Peace, y'all.